What we know is DDG and Halle Bailey, they've been going back and forth, over their child. They was in a relationship. He got her pregnant. They had a child. The relationship didn't work out, right? Young relationships. But it's being played online. They put all their business online for everybody else to have an opinion on their business, right? So, a lot of times because of Halle Bailey, she's a pretty girl. She's in movies and she sings. She can do no wrong. And I'm not saying that, she's saying something that didn't happen, because she put a restraining order on DDG and she put pictures up, alleging that he put hands on her, like her arms, he chipped her tooth, and he's put hands on her in the past. They were saying that she went over there to take him the baby, and a struggle ensued. Well, online there's the gender war, and there's guys saying one thing, the women saying another thing. Let's check out what some of the people online are saying before we get into the actual story. Check this out.
Hate to say I told you so to the DDG fans, but y'all been in my DMs because I've been clocking this man's stuff for a minute. I've been said this man was abusive to Halle. I've been said that his mother was holding down her abusive sons. And what Halle said today to DDG was, I ain't Britney. I ain't Britney, bruh. Because today, Dub has gone in on Britney for the last couple days, been trying to make this girl's life a living hell. And Halle said, you won't do it to me. I'm so proud of her. So proud of her. Because this man has tried to ruin her reputation using academics. And I wonder where his... using academics to try to ruin this girl's career. He was going to try to tear Halle down. And I know we warned her, but it doesn't matter. He was going to try to tear this girl down because he realized he couldn't win any other way because her reputation. Best move ever. I swear to goodness.
So as you can see, the women ain't playing. And a lot of times, man, let me say this to certain women, right? A lot of times, women have a tendency to make bad choices in the minute they choose, and they have bad things happen to them. And when stories like this come out, the guy just always have to be guilty, because they attribute what happened to them as if that's just the truth. And that's not always true. He could be innocent. He could be guilty. If he's guilty, he deserves to be punished, because I don't believe that no man should put their hands on a woman. But whenever a man gets accused of something like this, all of the women say he's guilty before all the facts come out. That's 90% of the time. And for me, I want to know all the facts, because if he's guilty of putting his hands on his woman, he's going to get in trouble, by the way I view things, right? In docs filed Tuesday in LA, she claims things first got physical in January. They broke up back in October. And Halle says DDG came over to pick up their son, Halo, and she tried to start a convo with the rapper about child visitation schedule, right? As she was buckling Halo into the car seat, she claims DDG grew agitated and repeatedly said, he grew agitated and he repeatedly said, "Get out of my car, bitch." Halle says the baby was crying and she got nervous about DDG leaving with him with such an agitated state. Right now, I don't know. That's when they allegedly started wrestling, with DDG pulling her hair, slamming her face on his steering wheel, and chipping her tooth. Halle says she was in pain and crying. And although that stopped the fighting, she was still worried about Halo. So she remained in the car for the ride over DDG's house, where she told his family what happened. Now, I got at all my years of living, I got my idea of what I think happened, but I'm gonna save it for after I'm finished reading. Once they told her they'd take care of the baby, she left hysterical. And with bruises on her arms to go along with her chipped tooth, she attached photos of her alleged injuries and her request for a restraining order. So she went and got a restraining order. She also alleges DDG creeped her out in March when he showed up at her home, entered without permission, went to her bedroom and texted a pic of Holly's empty bed to her, along with the text, "Now I know what you've been on, LOL." Halle says she interrupted the text as DDG accusing her of having sex with other people. Man, this thing, young couples, man. I've been here. I've been through all this kind of stuff. 4 days later, she claims he literally exploded when he came back to her house. Halle told him she and the baby were sick, and she didn't want Halo to leave home. I see where this is going. And she claims that when he got verbally abusive, smashed her Ring camera and ran away with Halle's phone. I see where this is going. I see where this is going. But he handled this wrong, but I see where this is going. As he drove off, she claims DDG threw the phone out of his window and yelled at her, "Go get it, bitch." The incident prompted Halle to go file a police report. She says she also has Ring footage to back up her side of the story. It was also around the time DDG claimed on X he'd been fighting to see Halo for months. I'm trying to tell you. I can tell you guys exactly where this story is going. For Halle, though, the final straw came just last weekend when she says she was vacationing with Halo and her sister in St. Lucia. She says DDG texted her links to social media posts claiming she was on the island with singer Brent Faiyaz. Faiyaz, whoever that is. I don't know who the heck that is, right? Halle replied, "Not with any man out here. I wouldn't do that. I have Halo. Please let me enjoy my Mother's Day in peace. I hope you are okay and feel better soon," right? So these are then the judge granted Halle a domestic violence restraining order requiring DDG to stay 100 yards away and gave her permission to take nearly 18 months 18-month Halo to Italy, where she'll be filming a movie for 2 months. So he definitely won't be seeing the baby, right? And she got what she wanted. And I'm going to explain this, right? I'm going to explain this to you guys. DDG also stopped posting or streaming about her and their child, right? Halle claims her ex has been whipping his fans into a frenzy by trashing her when he live streams, right? So he got wind of this, and his friends, they went online and they responded. Check it out.
Feeling like, damn, bro, should I get a stylist? Why are they saying GGTMZ? Let's see. Why are they saying GGTMZ? All right, I'm looking at her story now. Oh. Don't even.
That can't even be real.
Fuck.
But that can't even be real. That's the thing.
But don't even. But you remember we talked about last night? Let me say something. It's not.
No, I'm saying, but I don't know where that even came from.
Yo, stop these fake allegations. This is a father. This is a real person. It's a good human being.
Even, but I don't.
But hey, bro, we on stream, bro.
Come on, like I gotta be.
Just don't do it, bro. Come here. That's my real friend. We're not gonna do no on this stream. He's a great human being. He does a lot for a lot of people. He's a man. He's a father, and we're gonna respect him. We're gonna love him. WDDG. If you got anything to say?
Fake narratives, my nigga. We don't want to hear that fake.
Listen to our.
Let me say this, right? As I read this, I can see there's different dynamics going on, right? And they broke up, and a lot of times when women have children with a man and they carry that baby, they have that baby, when they're in a relationship and when you break up, they view the baby as their baby, not y'all's baby. It's their baby until she needs you for something. That's why she'll always refer to the child as my child. And you women out there, y'all know what I'm talking about. I went through that. She refers to the child as my child. And a lot of times, if you're smart, you will have to correct her. No, it's our child, right? And she has all the rights to the children. So what he did was he handled it wrong. She was keeping the child away from him. Instead of him going to the courts, he allowed his anger to get the best of him, and he handled this the wrong way. He got upset. Maybe they had some tussles. Because as I'm reading the stories, 2 times he came to see the child, and she wouldn't let him see him. Or she wouldn't let the child go with him, right? He got upset. He's looking at it like, this is my child as well. I'm reading the story, right? So now there's men online that's upset because in the gender war, they're taking the other side of the story. And there's men online saying this.
I'm so over you damn women, bro. Can we speak the facts about this DDG and Halle situation, please? The facts that we have are, she had a chipped tooth. She got bruises on her arm. She claimed she got some type of CCTV video camera. She claimed she was domestically abused. She filed a restraining order and got granted. DDG got to stay 100 feet away from her, right? Apparently, she going to Italy to film for 2 months and she taking Halo with her. Boom. Now let's get into the common sense. They say she was putting Halo into the backseat of the car. DDG car. Keep that in mind. In the document, it says that she got her tooth or her face smashed into the steering wheel by DDG. The steering wheel is in the driving seat. How do you go from the back seat to the driving seat? Don't make sense. I have a hypothesis. You went up there to the front seat to try to fight with DDG. Your face probably accidentally hit the steering wheel. Because if somebody intentionally hit your face on the steering wheel and like grab the back of your head and try to, you know what I mean? It would have been way more than just a funny ass chipped tooth. You had no bruises on your face, no busted lip, no none of that. So stop it. Now let's get to the bruised arm. It's an arm. Some people bruise easy. Mind you, it's on her arm. I don't know no abusive man that only abuses an arm. Y'all think he was just punching her damn arm, trying to give her ass an arm, bro? Have sense. Those are pull marks, meaning I'm pulling you away from something. Get away from me. Get away from that. She clearly says she liked to squabble her boyfriends. There's video proof of that. And it says that they were wrestling. That's in the document also. She went over there and she was fighting DDG. That's what happened. And he pulled her or pulling her away.
Let me say this to you men out there first. Let me speak to the men, then I'll speak to the women. When you have a baby by a woman and y'all not together, you have to go down to the courts and you have to get have custody. You have to be on the books where you can have time with your children. Because in America, in the way that it's set up, a woman is trained to say that the child is mine. She can tell you when you can see the baby, when you can't see the baby, who you can have around the baby, and she can do whatever she wants with the baby, right? She has all the rights because you have to go down to the courthouse and get your rights and get on the books. If not, these things like this happen. You can't just think you're going to be able to work it out and be able to, no, because women don't operate like that when it comes to the children. The children are her children. 90% of the women out here. That's just the way it is. I mean, unless she's trying to give you the babies, unless she's telling you to come get the babies. For the most part, women operate as the children is theirs, right? Now, as far as the physical part, I don't know what I think I'm seeing, because I was young at one time. She was strapping the baby in there. They was having an argument, and she probably said, you know what? You ain't taking the baby nowhere. Give me the baby. And he jumped out the car. They got into a wrestling match. She probably was trying to unstrap the baby from the car seat, and he was pulling on her arms, right? Listen, I'm going to say it again. What I'm seeing is based off of what the story is saying is she was putting the baby in the car. They got into an argument. In the argument, she said, you ain't taking my baby. He got out the car and started pulling on her because he wanted to take the baby. So she stayed in the car with him because she didn't want him to take the baby. And went to his people's crib. They made her feel comfortable that the baby was going to be okay. She left. But if you read in the beginning of the story, she wouldn't let him take the baby, and he got mad and took her phone because she wouldn't let him take the baby. So when you're dealing with young couples, both of them are wrong. But if he put his hands on her, he is magnified times 100, where he's going to look all wrong. Nobody's going to care whether she lets you see the baby or not. All everybody's going to see is you put your hands on her. So I'm telling you, young men out there, if you have a baby by a woman and it don't work out, go to the courts and have custody. So that way you have rights to your child. Other than that, you ain't got no rights. It sucks, but that's just the way it is. And the courts are going to back her up. And in the court of public perception, when she showed those pictures of marks on her arms, you are going to be guilty. Because every woman out there that's been abused by a man is going to find you guilty in the court of public opinion. So don't get so upset and start handling it the wrong way, because you don't have a lot of rights when it comes to the children. I'm just telling y'all, it sucks, but it is what it is, man. And I'm just giving y'all the real. Because in America, when you have a baby by a woman, it's until she needs you to get the baby or pay something, it's her baby. She got all the rights. You don't have none unless she want to give them to you. And that sucks, but that's just what it is. So I'm going to cut this video short here, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to Street Media TV. And as I'm going, I don't advocate no man putting his hands on a woman. If it got to go that far, just go to the courts and get your rights. Do not touch them women. I understand when there's children involved, emotions get involved, and all that kind of stuff. Don't do that. Do not do it. All right? So I'm going to cut this video short here. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. And remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.